How do you overcome trauma?
Oftentimes we think about trauma through the lens of ourselves and the experiences that we've had. And then once you do that, you then say, okay, well, where did that come from? And I did this thing called the Hoffman process. Like, oh, my parents, they kind of gave me all this trauma, right? Because they gave it to me. And then when I recognized, well, then their parents gave it to them, and then their parents gave it to them. And then you do these like past life regression things. And I'm like, oh, well, then there's trauma in past lives, and you got generational trauma. And as a black man, I've got this other stuff. So I started to recognize that there's this game of whack-a-mole that we play with trauma, and I could play for the rest of my life. And that's the thing about time, is that time will trap you into playing the game of whack-a-mole with trauma for the rest of your life. And when I took it all the way back, I took it all the way back to Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve existed, which we can assume that they did, or the creation of man and woman, and there was trauma there. Well, then where did that trauma come from? Because they had even had to exist to be witnessed. And that took me all the way back to the trauma of source, creator,